guys and girls, and welcome to a new tutorial on my channel. Today I am going to show you how to disable applications that start at the same time that the operating system boots up. You might want to do that because an application that starts up with Windows slows your boot up performance, or your system in general, or that application is unresponsive, or it is simply annoying, or you do not want that application to start up when Windows starts up, or many more legit reasons. You might not want to do that because you do not want to disable an important application that starts up with Windows, or you want an application to start up when Windows starts, or many more legit reasons. Whatever the reason you want to do that for, the methods that I will show you work for Windows. Also, the methods that I will show are reversible, so if you want to re-enable or enable a startup app, you can simply do that by reversing the methods that I will show you. I recommend firstly that you double-check the application that you are trying to disable and make sure that it is the right call. There are multiple methods of doing this, so let's start. So the first and most direct method to disable an application that starts up with Windows is to uncheck the box, if it is already checked, in the setup of that application, that says something specific like that, like, start up when Windows starts, comma. And it will be automatically disabled for startup. This method, based on the program, and the program setup, works on multiple operating system, and it is compatible with older versions of Windows too. But not all applications have that option in the setup, or some may just enable themselves at startup without asking the user for consent. So, the next method that I am going to show you to disable startup apps, again, after double-checking the applications that you want to disable, works on older versions of Windows, before Windows 10. So, for that, you need to press simultaneously, and once, the Windows, and R, keys, or click on the Start menu, and in the search box type, Run, and click on the Run program. Now, if there is any text written there, you need to clear it by dragging the mouse around it, selecting it, and pressing the backspace key, or doing the same, but by pressing simultaneously, once, the Control and A keys first, or if it is already selected, just press the backspace key. Now type in that box, Msconfig, and press the Enter key. And now in the new System Configuration box that popped out, click on the Startup tab. Now, you can disable all available applications that start up with Windows, if there is at least one enabled, by pressing the Disable All button, but, as I said, I do not recommend that, or enable all available applications that start up with Windows, if there is at least one disabled, by pressing the Enable All button. And now, I will manually select some applications that I want to disable at startup, by unchecking the box beside them. You can reverse this per keys by checking the boxes again. Now, you will need to click the Apply and OK buttons, in this order, or just the OK button. And now, it is recommended that you restart your computer for the changes to take effect immediately, so just click the Restart button, and the process should be done. The method which applies to the newer versions of Windows, starting with Windows 10 at the moment of this video, is similar to this one. You will need to open the Task Manager, which you can do by right-clicking on the taskbar, and clicking Start Task Manager, or Task Manager, or by searching in the search box beside the Start icon, Task Manager, right-clicking on the icon which appears, clicking Run as Administrator, and clicking OK, if any prompt appears, and putting the administrator account password if it is necessary in the prompt which appears. This also apply for the last method that I have shown you, or by pressing simultaneously, and once, the Control, Alt, Delete keys, and clicking the Task Manager option. Now, in the Task Manager that opened, you will need to click on the Startup tab. If the tab does not appear at first, there might be a button that you will need to press which reads Show more details. There you will need to select an app, by clicking on it once, and click the Disable or Enable button. To save some time, you will see an info tab which indicates if an application is enabled or disabled already. Also, there you can see some useful informations like the impact which an application has on the startup of the system, if it is measured, or the last time required for the system to boot up. After doing that, you can just simply close the Task Manager, and the process should be done. The next method which I will show, it is pretty specific, but in some cases, it might work, so I will show it to you. For this method, you will need to open up the Run dialog, and clear all the text, if there is text written there, which I have shown both how to in the first method. Now you will need to type and press the Enter key, or clicking the OK button. Now, in the folder that opened, if there are any icons, then this method might just work for you. If they are not, then there is a chance that this method will not work, so the reverse of this method will not work either. For this demonstration, I have placed an icon there. What you want to do, if you want to disable that startup application, is to right-click on the specific icon, and click Delete, then click Yes, and if any administrator prompt appears, put in the password if it is required, and then click the OK button. Now click Close on the folder. Then find the Recycle Bin icon, right-click on it, then click on Empty Recycle Bin. Make sure that you do not have any important files that you have deleted, that you might want to restore later on, and click on the Yes button. Then the prekeys should be done. The reverse of this prekeys should be to place an icon in that folder, by dragging, or copying, or cutting and pasting, or moving it, and the prekeys should be done. Another method which I am going to show you works with newer Windows versions, from Windows 10. For this method, what you would want to do is go to the Settings menu, by searching Settings, in the search box beside the Start menu, and clicking on the icon. Then you will need to go to the Applications category. Then you will press on the Startup tab. There you can also see if an application is disabled or enabled for startup, and the impact that it has on it, if it has been measured. To disable an enabled application, just click on the slider beside it, and to enable it, a disabled application, click again on it. Then just click Close on the Settings windows, and the process should be done. The last method that I want to show you involves a third-party program, like CCleaner. And this method will work based on where that third-party program works. If you do not have CCleaner installed, then you need to install it first. The process of installing it is not complicated, and I might do a tutorial for that in the future. Now, for this method, at the time of this video filming, what you want to do is open up CCleaner by left double-clicking on the desktop icon, or opening up the Run dialog, which I have shown how to in the first method, and typing CCleaner, and pressing the OK button, or searching in Start, or beside Start CCleaner, and clicking on it, or by finding in the Start menu the CCleaner app, and clicking on it. Now, at the time of filming this video, you need to click on the Tools tab, then click on the Startup tab, then select an app, by clicking on it, or multiple apps, by dragging the mouse across the apps that you want, or by pressing and keeping press the Control button, and clicking on the apps that you want, then releasing the Control button, or all apps that are listed there, by pressing once, simultaneously the Control and A keys, and clicking on the Disable button. For this demonstration I am going to select just one app and disable it. The reverse of this process is performed by clicking the Enable button. The Delete button deletes the apps from the list, so you might not want to press it. You can also see here, if an app is already disabled or enabled. The Save to Text file, saves the list that is shown there to a text file, so it might not be very useful for our purpose right now. Click the Close button on the CCleaner app, and the process should be done. And that would be all for today, folks. I hope you found this tutorial, and the methods which I have shown you in this tutorial useful. I hope you've liked it, enjoyed it, and learned something from it. If you've disliked it, you can hit that button, but if you've liked it, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe with the bell buttons, and leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.